Today is Sunday, December 1st, 2024, the start of meteorological winter, and it certainly feels like it outdoors. Our first three main weather stories of the day are deep freeze continues today across a large chunk of the United States, significant lake effect snowfall, and an early December pattern breakdown at the end of the video, something you don't want to miss. So subscribe to the channel for the updates on the weather forecast for your area, and make sure to turn on that bell icon. The bell icon turns on so you guys get notified for my videos when I do post them. And of course, if you like my weather forecast, make sure to give a like down below. Definitely appreciate it. Let's look at our temperature anomalies today because it definitely feels like winter, especially from the Midwest over here through the Ohio Valley and up into the Northeast. And you can see our temperatures this morning are again in the single digits. At least they're above zero in the single digits, but our wind chills though are single digits below zero. So that's the real feel as you walk outdoors. And a lot of those below zero wind chills take residence across North Dakota, parts of southeastern and eastern portions there of South Dakota, into much of the state of Minnesota, Wisconsin, parts of Iowa, and far northern Illinois. And you can see those freezing temperatures all the way down into the deep south. Here are your afternoon highs expected this Sunday afternoon. Notice we'll warm up a touch compared to yesterday up here across the upper Midwest. Instead of seeing temperatures close to 12 or 15 degrees, areas that saw that on Saturday, we'll see temperatures today into that 15 to 20 degree range. I know it's a small victory here, but it is a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday, and our wind chills will be warmer this afternoon than what we saw yesterday as well. At least these will be above zero, as we saw yesterday, they were below zero. So again, those small victories, we'll take them when we can get them here, especially if you're not a fan of the cold air. Let's look here at the precipitation. We definitely are seeing some Great Lakes snowfalls. Those lake effect snow bands really continue to rage on across portions there of Erie, Pennsylvania, Orchard Park, New York, Watertown, New York. Really, those are the heaviest areas that we're seeing the lake effect snow. That'll continue this afternoon and into this evening as well. So we're really going to be adding up those snow totals. Erie, Pennsylvania could see another 10 inches worth of snow. Into the Orchard Park area, perhaps seeing over 20, 30 inches worth of snow. Same thing up here into Watertown, New York. So if you live in three of those cities that I just named, you're definitely looking at some very heavy snowfall through your Monday morning time frame. Not to take away from the snowfall over here into the upper peninsula of Michigan, northern portions of lower Michigan, near Lake Superior and near Lake Michigan. We're definitely still seeing the potential of maybe 8 to 12 inches worth of snow. Not as heavy as snow bands, but definitely still enough to get those shovels, those snow blowers, and those plows out. And let's look here at the weather pattern ahead this first week of December. Notice we have a big ridge out across the west. That will lead to warmer temperatures. We got a big trough out east that will lead to cooler temperatures. And you can see as we go through the week, we're going to have a couple waves of cold air. We see the one here today that is going to continue over into Monday, December 2nd. We're going to modify those temperatures. See some Pacific air moving from west to east into the Midwest. So the Midwest may warm up a smidge as we go into midweek on Wednesday, before a second surge of cold Arctic air moves in from Canada down into the central and eastern U.S., really along and east of the Mississippi River, to end the week here on Friday, December 6th. And let's look at the precipitation. So on Monday, pretty quiet outside of the lake effect snow, maybe some light rain down here into the Rio Grande of Texas. Pretty quiet on Tuesday. However, we are watching a couple of things. We got the rainfall down here toward the Rio Grande and South Texas. That could be up as far north as Corpus Christi. We got the snowfall. A clipper system will be moving from Manitoba into Ontario and maybe the Arrowhead of Minnesota on Tuesday. That system will strengthen a little bit as it moves downslope here into portions of the Great Lakes as a 994 millibar low. That'll re-aggravate that lake effect snow for Wednesday. That'll carry over into Thursday and Friday as well. So that's our main story, is the significant lake effect snowfall. And it's going to be adding up again, more bands of snow up in the Great Lakes here between Monday, December 2nd and Friday, December 6th. That could really add up over a foot in some of these areas. So definitely going to be seeing that snowfall adding up in a big way this upcoming week. And as we go to the second week of December, Monday, December 9th through Friday, December 13th, and we're definitely seeing that trough continue across the eastern U.S. Maybe not as strong as this upcoming week, but enough of a trough that we could still see that pattern continue in a ridge out across the west. So looking here at the difference in the pattern from week 1 of December now to week 2 of December, it's not as cold. So we're modifying the air mass. We're seeing some Pacific air come in. So the snowfall may not be as fluffy for portions of the Great Lakes as we see this week, but we could still see some snowfall. Notice the precipitation anomaly, pretty active for the Pacific Northwest. That will travel across the northern tier of the United States. Lake effect snow will be big again into the second week of December, and then more moisture for portions of the Rio Grande down in South Texas. Coastal Texas like Houston, up into Louisiana, Lake Charles, into portions of Shreveport, Alexandria, and that could extend over toward Gulfport, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, and perhaps as far east as the Panhandle of Florida, with more of the rain showers through that second week of December. Looking here at the rainfall, it's going to be adding up for portions of southeast Texas. If you're in the Houston Metroplex, could be seeing a couple inches of rainfall there. Same thing into Lake Charles, Shreveport, Alexandria, Natchez, Mississippi, you name it. We could be seeing some heavier rainfall there. And in the Pacific Northwest, so don't want to ignore you folks over here. Seattle, Portland, definitely seeing a couple inches of rainfall there as well. But that general snow track is going to remain to the north with that colder air further to the north. And we could see a couple clipper systems moving in from Alberta and Saskatchewan, diving down into the upper Midwest and re-aggravating those lakes. Again, those lake waters are warm. You got cold air aloft. That's a temperature inversion. You create clouds and then snowfall falls out of those clouds, and we could have some lake effect snow up here, and that could linger over into the northeast as well into the second week of December. That's all I got for you folks. Make sure to like the video down below if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell notification so you are notified when I do put out a new video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their weekend.